Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, Self Love Lexi. I'm super excited to talk about this video. It's how to get back on track after you've fallen off. Honestly, I can personally relate to this. I was doing so well with waking up at 5 a.m. for months, and then a switch happened to me and all of a sudden I got used to snoozing my alarm. Not gonna happen anymore. The amount of times where I have fallen off and have come back even stronger inspired me to create this video for you guys. First, you want to figure out where you are now. Where I was, I'm going to use my example throughout this video. Where I was waking up at 5, but then going back in bed or snoozing my alarm. Now, this was due to a lack of sleep at first. I started this cycle when I got my period, so I really did need that extra rest. But it became a habit, and that's where I am right now. Right now, I'm at a spot where I am snoozing my alarm, and that can't be happening. So that's where I am. Then you want to figure out, where do you want to be? So I want to be somebody who, as soon as my alarm goes off, I wake up. I don't snooze. I don't sleep in longer. No, I wake up. That's where I want to be. And so you can figure this out. If you want to be somewhere, you first have to figure out where you are now and see where you want to be to figure out what's not happening. For me, it's very obvious. Not waking up on time. And then you want to identify anything that is blocking this. Is there something psychologically, inner work related? For me, it was, I had to do a lot of inner work around why am I not waking up, and it came to this point. I'm very disciplined, but it came to this place of I want to be around people more, and because I go to bed so early and I wake up so early, the social aspect of my life is I barely have it, because by the time I'm in bed, that's when everybody's out. That's when everyone's partying and socializing after work, right? So that was the inner work that I had to do, realizing that if I continue this 5 a.m. wake up, I am going to not completely eliminate, but alter my social life for a little longer. And I realized that that's been something that's been putting this off. And I've come to a conclusion with it now that I understand what has happened. I've done the inner work to accept it, but also kind of look at it as a good thing. Like, the people that I do hang out with in the morning, that's amazing. You know, if I go on a date, I'd rather go on like a brunch date or something than an afternoon date, a late date. So I think now that I saw my inner block, I was able to kind of reprogram my mind for that. Now, there also might be physical blocks. For example, let me just use this example for a lot of people. They want to go to the gym, but they feel like they don't have time in the day. That is a physical block. Now, I also felt like this, especially as a university student, going to bed early. I just honestly had to wake up a little earlier. Think about it. If you have kids and you're waking up with them, you're sending them off to school, then you have to go straight to work after that. You come home, it's 6, 7, you're exhausted, you're tired, you have to make dinner. I understand how you feel like there's no time in your day. So what I would recommend is time blocking, okay? Take the next week and write down everything you do in a timely manner. For example, kids off to school, 1 hour. Get to work, commute to work, 30 minutes. And just kind of see what's taking up your time. Yes, add the scrolling, because I promise you there will be a time in there, or you can make time for something like going to the gym instead of maybe spending an hour prepping, spending an hour making food. Maybe you could spend 2 hours on one day, like Sunday, for example, meal prepping your entire week. So at dinner time, it takes 10 minutes to eat. And then before that, you can go to the gym. Do you see what I mean? It is that way, if you track what you're spending your time on, you can very clearly see in front of you what is taking up most of your time, how you can maybe consolidate or concise, make more efficient things in your life. That didn't make much sense, but you know what I'm saying. Also, I'm super excited to get back to long form content where I literally have my camera up. It's all edited. Right now, I am studying for finals, so I am barely finding the time to breathe, let alone create and edit a video properly. So I will get back to that very soon. I just want to let you guys know. Then it's how to make this easier, okay? So one thing I'm going to be doing is setting my phone in my bathroom. That way it is easier. It's harder for me to lay in bed when I need to get up and snooze my alarm, and at that point anyways, I'm already up. You know what I mean? So it's basically making what you want to do easier. For example, if you're wanting to go to the gym, waking up earlier in the morning and setting out your clothes for the gym, that way the mental effort, gone. You have your clothes. All you need to do is put them on and go to the gym. Another way I could relate to this through my personal situation is the how to make it easier for myself. So what I was doing was going to bed at 10 p.m. because of studying, because it's exam season, right? And then I would tell myself, you know what, I'm gonna wake up at 5. It's fine, I'll get back on track. But every morning I was super exhausted because I wasn't actually having that good sleep, and I wanted to be able to have the cognitive abilities to really process and study and retain information because of my upcoming exam. So what I'm gonna do instead to make this physically easier on me is actually have a set time where I'm in bed reading. And I used to do this all the time. It's only recently where I've kind of fallen off this habit. So my plan is going to be in bed by 7 to 8 p.m. That way I can read and get super tired and fall asleep, ideally by 9 p.m. And then that way when I wake up at 5, I've had my full 8 hours of sleep and I can just get up easier. Because you know when you wake up and like your head is just not there and you're exhausted, that's exactly how I've been feeling. And it's not efficient for my goal of waking up at 5 a.m. It is making it so much harder to do that. So this is it. Just to quickly run through the steps, figuring out where you are right now, figuring out where you want to be. Anything blocking this could be inner work, like I shared, or it can be a physical thing that's blocking it. And then how to make it easier, how to make the thing you want to do easier and going against it harder. I hope you guys love this video as much as I loved making it. Subscribe for more videos like this. It would mean so much to me if you liked and subscribed. If you liked and subscribed. I do want to just like give you guys a rundown of my life right now. So I came back home because I feel like I study so much better in my beautiful room, in my beautiful home, than rather being at university, and I make so many amazing meals here. I just have much more variety of foods I can make. At university, I meal prep and I eat the same thing every single day, all 3 meals. They're not all the same meals, but breakfast I have the same thing, lunch I have the same thing, dinner I have the same thing. So honestly, I just love being home. This environment is beautiful. It's so easy to study in a space where you feel comfortable and calm, right? So yeah, I've been coming home and I'm just super excited to get back on track. It's not like I've gone completely off the rails. I'm very disciplined. I'm very devoted to bettering myself. I just think in this one aspect of waking up early, it's so efficient overall. Like when I wake up early, I go to the gym early, and then the gym is out of the way and I can go home and shower and then eat and get ready for my day and focus on studying rather than having like a time in between studying where I have to go to the gym. You know what I mean? It's just all around so much more efficient when I'm waking up earlier and getting that out of the way. And so I would advise anyone who can wake up earlier to do that. Wake up earlier. Like, your life will be so much easier. And I know that. I've written out the pros and cons of waking up early and then waking up later because I wanted to see, is this really something I should be like harassing myself over? Should I just let myself sleep or should I wake up early? And it always came back to wake up early. So I'm super excited to get myself back on track with this. But yeah, bye guys.